Matt Sauer.
Well, he's been a real quality starter for his club. And coming into this one, what stands out for me is that right-handed hitters have really struggled, batting below 200 on the year. It seems that they have a hard time picking up his release point and tracking the ball into the zone. So we'll see how right-handers do against him in this one.
Okay, all set to go. Here's the shortstop at the play, Jacob Wilson. That one missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
And that misses. And that's ball 3.
Well, I think he's trying to get a feel for where that one missed. I mean, it could have gone either way, but he looked a little shocked for a second there.
To kick the 3-2. Base knock center field. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee.
Now the number 2 hitter, Tyler Soderstrom. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Well, I love to see guys compete, and I know he's frustrated that he wasn't able to do anything with that pitch. You see it so well, but you have to respect the upper 90s velocity. Man, it is hard to catch up to.
So here's Brown at the plate. Off the mark there. 3-1 now. That one ripped. And it gets into the corner, but it's foul.
It looked like you got a little excited on that fastball. Got to think to yourself, I want to stay up the middle. That way, if you're a little bit early, you hit it out of the ballpark. If you're a little late, opposite field knock.
Here comes a 3-2. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Oh, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts. So they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him into scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs one more out.
Brent Rooker up next for the A's. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. And they jump out front. It's 2-0. He absolutely feasts on right-handed pitching and devours that one for a homer.
And you can see that's what he expects of himself at bat after at bat. He's that confident. You see how he stays square to the plate. He takes a breaking ball that's away, gets around it, gets it up in the air, and hits a long home run. Not exactly the way that you teach it in the cage, but you'll take the result.
Two outs, nobody on. And now here's the A's catcher, Shea Langoliers. Next offering misses, and it's 2-2. And that skips in the dirt. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. Laboring here, about to throw his 30th pitch of the inning.
He hasn't gotten the result yet, but he's got to feel pretty confident. 3 foul balls in a row. He's right on this pitcher.
Center field. Outman under it. Nabs it. And that'll do it. The A's with a 2-run blast. And it's 2-zip. Back here at Dodger Stadium and towing the slab, Gunnar Hoglund. How about a report on him, Chris?
Well, what quickly stands out to me for this guy is that he comes in with a 3-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio on the season. So when you consider consistency, the ability to get swings and misses, and to limit base runners, that's critical in winning games today, especially when teams are depending on the big swing, the home run, to win ball games.
That's a ball. Tried the sweeper.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
That's off the mark, and the count's full.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Now, this was a story we were paying attention to before the game. We've seen him give up walks in the past, and it's an issue once again early on.
And now it's Mookie Betts. Shohei on the go. Pitching for a strike. Throw, save. That's a stolen base.
Well, with that kind of elite arm he has behind the plate, man, it's a pretty big deal when you can swipe it back against this dude. Maybe more than anything, it prevents teams from just testing him, thinking that they can even steal the base. But right here, they successfully move that runner up to scoring position. Good job.
Turns and fires to Betts. And now it's even up. Ohtani at second with nobody out. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. At the belt and fires. Ground ball right side and foul ball. Man at second. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Chop to third. Urshela to first in time. So it was a long battle at the plate, but they still managed to get the out. Time now for Dave Roberts' lineup for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Someone who makes things happen for them, in part with his legs, Ha-Seong Kim.
Well, Boog, there aren't many guys who have a flair for the big moment like he does. I mean, batting over 400 with runners in scoring position. Are you kidding me? I know it's not guaranteed or an automatic, but I hope we get to see him in a close, late-game situation with runners in scoring position and just see, is he truly a machine or not?
Line drive. And foul ball. And it remains 2-2. Hoglund checks the runner. Ohtani back in. Two now. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Runner at second here, one gone. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Went back to the fastball, and it was effective. And now it's Max Muncy. Here's the pitch. Runner on the move. Strike in there. Throw third. Save. That wasn't close. Two outs. Fights that one away. Still 1-2.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his bat down just enough to make contact with that pitch. Keep the at-bat alive.
That's to third. Urshela handles, throws to first. They get the out on Muncy. And that's the inning. So it's no runs, no hits, no errors, and a runner left. On to the second now from Dodger Stadium. It's the A's 2 and the Dodgers nothing. And we're back.
Leading
all
off
set for the start of the inning.
Right
and now Lawrence Butler. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Line drive, and that's a fair ball.
Batting 7th, third baseman Gio Urshela.
So a man at first, and here is Gio Urshela. Ripped into right center. Base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
Here's Luis Urias. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. First and second, no outs. Here at the top of the second. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Got him swinging.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
Next up for the A's, Nick Kurtz. Here's a 1-1. That one inside. Look out.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Butler over at second. Urshela at first. One gone. Next pitch in for a strike. And now 2-2.
Larry Bullard making the calls behind the plate for us in this one. Pretty good strike zone. Well reviewed by those we talked to around the league.
Yeah, he's an umpire. He doesn't get a lot of looks from players, maybe here and there once in a while, but he's appreciated back there. That one drifts inside.
Well, that curveball right there stayed up in the zone. If it's going to be effective, he's going to have to finish the pitch, tease the strike zone, and get it down. Otherwise, it's going to eventually get hit really hard somewhere.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Eighth pitch of the at-bat coming up. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Hood gets talked about a lot, but a good high fastball in a two-strike situation, it's just become such a problem for hitters. And more recent years. But with all of the emphasis by pitchers on developing that spin rate, having a good grip on the baseball, those high fastballs, they kind of look like to the hitter that they're rising, even though they're not, but they're not decreasing in velocity and spin rate. So very difficult to get the barrel on it.
And that one is inside.
3-1.
Tyler Soderstrom in the on-deck circle for the A's. In the air, center field. Outman should have this one. And that's the third out. A's strand a couple. They're up 2-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the inning. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Andy Pages. And a big swing and a miss.
2-2.
Check swing on the 2-2. Appeal to first. And James Kingsley says he won a round. Michael Conforto will climb in. And it is 2-1.
2-1.
Swing and he breaks his bat. And it finds its way through for a hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single. Dalton Rushing steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
Rushing.
Lifted in the air down the left side. Soderstrom makes the catch for the out. 2 away.
Batting 8th, center fielder James Outman.
And next for L.A., James Outman. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful. Inside, 2-1.
He's so solid, calms the heart rate of the pitcher and the manager when the ball goes up in the air. You just automatically assume that it's an out every time it's hit in the air.
And a foul ball.
There's one guy that I can think about, Boog, who started as a third baseman, Alex Gordon, and then became an elite perennial.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that'll do it. So one hit is all they get. We head on down to the top of the third. It's the A's 2 and the Dodgers nothing. Back here at Chavez Ravine. New inning getting started. Now the left fielder, Tyler Soderstrom. Yeah, some guys just have instincts, right? I mean, that's the way it goes. We talk about Larry Walker, the Hall of Famer, and his instinct on the bases, despite the fact that he didn't play a ton of baseball as a kid. That one in for a strike, 2-2. Remember Mark Kotsay was a real good defensive outfielder. Good instincts, not great speed.
Yeah, and I figured you would get Kotsay into this because you had a free dinner at his house the other night.
That is true. That missed by a lot. And now 3-2. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Oh, looking for a swing and miss right there, or for the ump to help him out and make a call with that last pitch, but neither happened. Close pitch, but a good take to earn that walk.
Next up for the A's, Seth Brown. Soderstrom gets his lead at first. Nobody out. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. Line drive. Come on.
Well, baseball can be cruel, can it? I mean, sometimes it gives and sometimes it takes away. He did everything right on that swing, but he's got nothing to show for it.
It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep, because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. And a swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
He goes down looking.
Now batting, catcher.
And now a chance for Shea Langoliers.
Love how vocal the umpire is today. No doubt in the hitter's mind, the catcher's mind, and even the pitcher's mind as to the conviction in the call.
2 outs. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game. The A's strand 1 as they're unable to add to their 2-0 lead. Back here in L.A., set for the bottom of the 3rd. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Ha-Seong Kim. Swing and a miss. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
1 and 2.
Swings and misses. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today. Shohei Ohtani up to the dish. He's a guy who does it all with the lack of contact in today's game. This guy hits for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on base and slugging too. That's down and in.
Early in the count, you have to be real careful because of that power. But then if this hitter gets a strike or 2 on him, he's still very comfortable. And because he has the ability to get the barrel to the baseball, he's a threat deep into the count as well.
Rip to 3rd. Tosses to 1st. 2 up, 2 down.
Now batting, shortstop, Mookie Betts.
Here's Betts. Sing, you talk about a guy that has all the skills. The range is really good, but the arm just stands out, and he makes all the plays. 2 outs, base is empty. Betts started after it, tried to hold up. Now a look to 1st, and he held up. Hit in the air, left field. Soderstrom. He makes the grab, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. New pitcher on now, number 78.
Well, he's been excellent against left-handed hitters this year, and that's his first test. This looks like a good move to the pen in terms of the matchup.
Lawrence Butler getting ready to hit.
Right fielder,
He's got
Lawrence
pop,
Butler.
which is a little sneaky because he's so comfortable with taking his base hits to the opposite field, but he can jump you if you make a mistake.
So now 1 and 2. Activity in the bullpen. Anthony Banda getting ready to go. Garcia getting loose as well. Here's a 1-2. And that one moves his feet. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Now
Here's Gio Urshela.
3rd baseman, Gio Urshela.
1 out, base is empty. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right field. And there are 2 down.
Hey, man, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That is an excellent pace.
Now batting, second baseman, Luis Urias.
2 down, base is empty. Here's the second baseman, Luis Urias. Next offering misses down and away. Swing and a high fly ball down the right field line. Pages makes the catch, inning over. Nothing across here this half. And midway in the 4th, it's the A's 2 and the Dodgers nothing. Back here at Dodger
Leading
Stadium,
off for
it's
the
Freddie
Dodgers,
Freeman now.
First baseman, Freddie Freeman.
Just missed.
You know, these Dodgers just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
Pitch
3 balls,
misses.
1
They're
strike.
down 3-1. And a seed into center. That's a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single. Here's Max Muncy.
For the Dodgers, third baseman, Max Muncy.
The 1-1. Right through there for a strike.
1 ball, 2 strike. Two balls, 2 strikes.
In the dirt. In there safely. And now a man into scoring position.
Definitely trying to work down and get that double play ball, but it got away enough to erase any chance of that. Good job of moving up in the scoring position. Now a hit could make that wild pitch really sting.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going. Freeman leads off second with nobody out. Swing and a miss, and he got him. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound.
Now batting.
And now the right fielder, Andy Pages.
He's been such a good hitter with runners in scoring position. Some guys just take it to another level. For him right now at the plate, it's like everyone else is in slow motion and he's in full speed.
And that one a little below the knees. 3-1. 1 out and a runner at second. That one fouled off. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Well, he took his chance at getting him to chase right there, but with first base open,
Up
walk
next
not a
for
bad
the
thing. He
Dodgers,
set up a double
left
play
fielder,
opportunity if he can induce a ground ball.
Conforto.
The batter will be Michael Conforto. And strike 2. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. J.P. Sears, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Vito, the right-hander, also getting loose. 2 on, 1 out. Double play ball to second. Good feed. That's 1 to first, but it pulls him off the bag.
Now batting.
Well, they had the chance at turning 2 right there, but I don't think he got a good grip on the balls. He tried to transfer from glove to throwing hand. They say you can't assume a double play. I beg to differ at the big league level, but it's going to be ruled as a fielder's choice.
And the batter now, Dalton Rushing. Next offering is in for a strike. Tying run is at first. We're here at the bottom of the fourth. That one hit to right. Drops into the glove, and that will end the inning. Dodgers strand a couple. They're still down. It's 2-0. Ready now for the fifth inning. And now the first baseman, Nick Kurtz.
16.
Swings and misses at the pitch off the plate.
Clearly he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Not close with that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Up the middle, and it's through for a hit. And a good start to the inning.
Now batting, shortstop, Jacob Wilson.
Jacob Wilson digs in now. And that's downstairs and outside. On the ground, could be 2. Whips it to first. 1 away here in the 5th.
Up next for the A's, left fielder Tyler Soderstrom.
Next up for the A's, Tyler Soderstrom. Man at second. That one hammered left field. That's back there. And that one is out of here. He circles the bases. His second home run of the series. And they tack on to their lead. It's 4-0.
That's a swing that'll boost the win probability for sure. That's the exact definition of hitting the ball where it's pitched, taking that outside fastball and driving it the opposite way out of the ballpark. You want to bottle that type of approach.
What was the pitch?
1 out, base is empty. Here's the center fielder, Seth Brown. That one misses, and it's 2-1.
Part of the order coming through now, and with 1 home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Swing and a miss at a slider.
Wow, no fair right there. I mean, that slider didn't move till the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up. Just going to have to tip your cap on that pitch.
Still only 1 out here in the inning. Downstairs, and that's ball 4.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I tell you what, he earned that
the
walk.
designated hitter, Brent
Now at
Rooker.
the plate, Brent Rooker.
Here's a fun fact. Dodger Stadium was also the home of the Los Angeles Angels for 4 years in the 1960s while they waited for Anaheim Stadium to be built. When the Angels were playing games at home, instead of Dodger Stadium, they called it Chavez Ravine Stadium.
Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That's back there. Gone straight into the visitors' bullpen. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they add to their lead. It's 6-0.
His bat looks like it's in the zone for such a long time, and that gives him the ability to get barrel on it and hit the ball out to any part of the park.
And the Dodgers will go to the bullpen. Number 78 won't go any further tonight. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
Now pitching.
Number
for the
86
Dodgers.
on the pitch here.
Number
I think it's got to be a little
86.
tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
One down. And now here's the A's catcher, Shea Langoliers. One down, base is empty. That's in there. And the count 1 and 2.
2 strike.
That one ripped left field. And it hits the fence. Now he turns and heads for second. And he'll reach second with one away.
Good two-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a
Now
lost
batting,
start for some,
right
so that was
fielder,
nicely
Lawrence
done to
Butler.
beat the odds. When you connect and it jumps off your bat like that, you're thinking double at the very least. He put a great swing on it, and, man, he wasn't fooled at all.
Lawrence Butler up next for the A's.
No.
And there's a
That's off
ball.
the plate.
And that is out of play. Gets a piece and stays alive.
Hanging in there pretty good against the lefty.
Three, 2. And they'll do it again. Swing and a miss. Got him to go up the ladder for the K. Gio Urshela to the plate.
Now batting, third baseman, Gio Urshela.
Here's a 1-1. Upstairs. The A's looking to add another.
Hey!
That one
Okay.
not close. And it's 3 and 2. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. The lead has exploded to a half dozen. You're dialed into the show.
Now pitching for the
Back
Athletics.
now to start the bottom of the 5th and taking
Number
over on the
44.
mound, Tyler Ferguson.
Compared to some days, this is a pretty low leverage appearance for him, so he should be fairly free and easy out there. Still have to keep yourself sharp and attack the strike zone.
Leading off
And
for
now,
the Dodgers,
James Outman.
center fielder James Outman.
Out to short, Wilson. Gets it to first,
You're out of there.
and that's the first out in the bottom of the 5th.
Oh, Boog, we talk about how
Now
the ball is
batting,
coming out of the
second
pitcher's hand. The
baseman,
way it comes out of his
Hill.
hand as an infielder, wow, really impressive.
So up next, Hesung Kim. And that's way high, and it's 2-1.
I can't play around with him here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters, even if you give up a solo shot.
That one fouled off, 2-2. The Dodgers with a lot of ground to make up. Last half of inning number 5. That one
Careful.
way inside. Battling here as he fouls it away. So the Dodgers are going to have to try and come from behind and try and get that offense going. They've got a potent lineup. And when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. 3 balls, 2 strikes to count. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again.
Pitcher having a pretty tough time getting that swing and miss. 3rd foul ball in a row.
Tapped up the first base side. Kurtz. A flip to the pitcher covering. He made the pitcher earn that out after a long at bat.
For the Dodgers, designated hitter, Shohei
Back to the top of the lineup.
Ohtani.
Here's Shohei Ohtani.
This is very off since the real score is much different.
You look around the other sports, basketball, football, you feel like he could thrive in one of those sports too. And that's downstairs. And it's 2-1. That one pushed foul out of play off to the left. Still 2-2 after the foul ball.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
That one missing inside. Mookie Betts waiting to bat for the Dodgers. And that is low for ball 4.
Second walk of the game for him, and he's been really patient
Now
at the plate.
batting,
A game plan that he's sticking to. He's just not going outside of what he's looking for up there.
2 outs, runner at first. And the batter will be the shortstop, Mookie Betts. Ripped on a line to center. And that ends the inning. So the Dodgers leave one, still up against a 6-0 deficit. And welcome back to the ballpark. Stepping in, Luis Urias.
How about this one, Boog? In 2023, Urias hit grand slams for Boston in back-to-back plate appearances. They happened on different days, but he still became the first Red Sox player to do it since Jimmy Fox in 1940. You know, these Athletics putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. They really made that opposing starter work in this one. Ran his pitch count up, and now they've got an opportunity to continue making things difficult on the bullpen.
Fastball for a strike.
And no, they haven't broken through in a big way in the runs column, but with the way they're grinding out at bats, it definitely feels like there's potential for more coming.
High fly ball out towards left center. Outman sizes this one up and puts the squeeze on that one. 1 away.
Now batting, number 16.
At the plate, Nick Kurtz. That one missed. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top half of the 6th.
Ball 3. 3-1.
Ripped in the air, left field, and a touchdown for a base hit. So the 1-out hit turns the lineup over.
Showed some really nice patience in that at bat. Worked himself into a good count. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
So the batting order turns over. Now it's the shortstop, Jacob Wilson. Next offering is down low.
3-1.
Man at first, 1 away. Yeah, that's fouled off. Lined, and that's a base hit. The throw in. And the throw's offline, safe at third.
Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can
Now
see
batting,
already, his
left fielder,
bat
Tyler
stays in the zone
Soderstrom.
on plane for an extended period of time. And guys like that, they have a high contact rate and they have more barrels because of that bat being on plane. And even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
Now here is Tyler Soderstrom. That one misses, and it's 2-1. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
Well, in this situation with a runner on first, less than 2 outs, some say, hey, get the ground ball, double play with 2 strikes. Some people say get the strikeout. I think you just execute your pitch, make the best pitch you possibly can.
Nice grab. Off balance speed, there's one. To first, not in time. Great effort there.
I promise you, there are guys that get a little bit faster when they can smell an RBI. That was a possible inning-ending double play. Great hustle, and he gets rewarded with the RBI because of it.
And now the center fielder, Seth Brown. Swung on, belted. Outman makes his way towards it. High bounce, takes it over the fence. That's an automatic double.
I think he's having some mixed emotions down there at second base, and I wouldn't blame him for being a little frustrated with the ball hopping over the wall. I mean, that at bat was good enough to produce a run, but instead the automatic double halts the lead runner at third, and just sort of a bittersweet at bat.
Stepping in, the long ball threat, Brent Rooker. He's got a couple homers already, so can he possibly do it again?
Come on, man. Of course he can. Those 2 he hit were legit, and he looks pretty locked in right now at the dish.
That's out the corner.
He's great hitting the ball the other way, and that pitch did a good job to straighten him up a bit. Mission accomplished.
Fastball is outside. Base hit, 1 run is in. Throw in holds that trail runner at third base. They're at the corners with 2 away.
Shea Langoliers.
Shea Langoliers up next for the A's. Next offering upstairs. Plenty of offense in this one, Singy. I guess you'd say kind of what we expected, though.
Well, this was a game, looking at the pitching matchup, where you expected offense to score, and not as lopsided as this. But yeah, you definitely expected to see some offense coming up. 3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitters got to stay focused on the pitch.
Lefty out of the stretch, runners at first and third. And a swing and a miss. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. So it's 2 runs on 4 hits. No errors, and a couple left on. Heart of the order, 3, 4, 5 coming up. It's the A's 8 and the Dodgers nothing. Back here at Chavez Ravine, John Shelby with Chris Singleton in the booth, and leading off the bottom of the 6th, Freddie Freeman. Late that time, and it's strike 2. Action in the pen down there. J.P. Sears, a lefty, looks to be getting himself ready. And Freddie takes the K.
Oh, there he gets the slider in on his hands, and it just eats him up. You know, it's hard to get the bat around on a pitch like that in tight. You just feel like you're crowded on the inside part of the plate. Can't get any extension. That's one he definitely should have laid off of.
And it's fouled away. Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Well, just a beautiful fastball on the inside corner for that backwards K right there. I think the hitter saw it all the way coming from that opposite arm angle. So I got to think he was looking away and just got locked up by the hard stuff boring in on his hands.
2 outs, base is empty. Andy Pages steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
1 ball, 2 straight.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. Dodgers down in order. Still 8-0. This game's a bit of a blowout, Singy. Let's talk about something random.
Let's do it.
All right, Singy, we've been in all the press boxes. You got best press box food.
I say press box food because of the ice cream we have in Philadelphia. Yeah.
Shout out to our guy Frank.
Yes. New York for me is pretty good. Yankees?
Yeah, solid.
Yeah.
Now here's Gio Urshela. Popped up. Kim makes the play. 2 down. Two down, base is empty. Now it's the second baseman, Luis Urias. The Athletics up big in this one here in the top half of inning number 7. Next offering in there for a strike. That's strike 2.
Well, 2 outs and a chance to put up a 0 on the scoreboard here, and that's not something that's come easy for this staff in this one.
Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. And the A's are gone in order as the lead holds at 8-0. And we're back, ready to go for the last half of the inning. And here is Michael Conforto.
Michael Conforto.
That's a ball.
You know, these Dodgers looking to string together better at bats when they have runners on, but it just hasn't happened for them yet. They've had their chances with runners in scoring position, but nobody's been able to deliver a big hit in those situations.
Out to short, Wilson. Tosses to first. 1 up, 1 down.
And you got to give some credit to the other side as well. They've been able to get out of a few tough jams, but frustration is mounting for this offense, no doubt.
Now the catcher up to hit, Dalton Rushing. The Dodgers with a lot of ground to make up here at the bottom of the 7th. One down, base is empty. That one just misses.
2-2.
That's ripped. Base hit.
Now batting, the center fielder, James Outman.
Here's the center fielder, James Outman. That one drilled left field. Snags it for the 2nd out.
He was all over that fastball right there. I tell you what, if he gets under it just by a fraction of an inch or a little bit more, that's way back.
Here's the second baseman, Ha-Seong Kim. Swing and a miss, struck him out. 1 left for L.A., and they're on the short end of an 8-0 score.
Now pitching.
Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the
Number
eighth.
43.
Anthony Banda.
And as
Anthony
relievers go,
Banda.
he's not a big strikeout guy. He tries to force
Leading
weak
off for the
contact, so
Athletics.
command
First
and
baseman,
execution
number
are huge
16.
for him.
Ball to strike. The pitch. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. Set down on strikes. That was pretty nasty.
I'm not saying it wasn't a strike or, you know,
Now
it
back.
was a ball, whatever,
Shortstop,
but just the
Jacob
location
Wilson.
with that velocity. It's hard enough, even if the velocity's not great, but that velocity, that location, tip your cap.
Here's the shortstop at the plate, Jacob Wilson. Spoils a two-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Line drive, and that's a base hit out into center field. So a man aboard now with one away.
Well, he found himself behind in the
Up
count
next
right there,
for the
but he
A's,
didn't
left
give in.
fielder,
You can't do
Tyler
much better than that
Soderstrom.
on a pitch that far outside of the strike zone. Got him to chase on the two-strike count, but he wasn't fooled. He hit that ball really well.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Wilson at first, one gone. Good job to fight that one off. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a slider, and there's two gone.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you
Now
to start
batting,
expanding
center
the
fielder,
zone.
Seth
Hitters become
Brown.
defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
He swings and fouls one off. Got him. Larry Bullard rings him up. No runs, one hit, no errors, and a man left. Last half of the eighth coming up. It's the A's 8 and the Dodgers nothing. Back here in
Leading
L.A.
off
on
for
to the bottom of the
Dodgers,
eighth. And now
designated
Shohei
hitter,
Ohtani.
Shohei Ohtani.
Off the mark there. And a count 2-1. On its way to the corner. Soderstrom on his way over. Reaches for it, but it's foul. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. That hit him. And the leadoff man is aboard to start the inning.
Leading off for the Dodgers.
Man at first,
Shortstop,
Mookie Betts
Mookie
steps to the plate for the
Betts.
Dodgers. Falling behind 2-1. Just missed. And a fastball in there for a strike at 91. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. That one deep left field, and forget it. A massive home run, and they throw a pair on the board. It's 8-2.
Mookie gets a lot of power into his swing, and this is just the latest example of it. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spit on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
Manager out of the dugout now, and he will make a move to dip into the A's bullpen. Tyler Ferguson done for the night, and as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back. J.P. Sears taking over on the mound,
and he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Sears.
Freddie Freeman will come up to hit. Next offering is fouled back.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field.
Now batting, third baseman, Max.
So a man aboard. Here comes Max Muncy. The lefty ready, and a 1-1.
Yeah.
Swings and misses at the sweeper.
1-2.
Nobody out with a pair of runs across in the frame here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. On the ground, 2 ball. There's one.
Got him.
Back to first, and that is a double play.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
2 outs, base is empty. Next to hit, Andy Pages. That one off the mark, and a count 2-1. Activity in the bullpen. Osvaldo Bido up and throwing. Back up the middle and a base hit. Just kind of sliced that one into center.
Right there, does a great job of staying in the big part of the field. Man, there are a lot of hits there.
Michael Conforto.
Michael Conforto, the next to hit. Way outside, 2-1. Pages, the runner at first with 2 gone. And that one fouled off. Two on the way. Swings and misses on the fastball up in the zone for the strikeout. Mookie Betts brings the noise on this home run. And this is now an 8-2 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Back here at Dodger Stadium, we go to the 9th. Now it's the DH, Brent Rooker. And a 2-1 on the way.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And that's too high. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And a strikeout for the first out here in the 9th.
Now batting, catcher, Shea
Next up for the
Langeliers.
A's, Shea Langeliers.
With this kind of lead, he can swing freely, try to hit the ball out of the park, do what he loves to do.
That one pushed foul. One down, base is empty. Fights it off. He'll see another. And that's down and away.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
Fair ball.
Now batting, right fielder, Lawrence Butler.
Runner on at first with 1 gone. Lawrence Butler will hit next. Slice the other way. That's a base hit. They fired in quickly, so it's first and second with only
now
1
batting,
away.
third baseman,
A couple of singles
Gio
back to back.
Urshela.
Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Gio Urshela steps in. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Got him. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill. Now a chance for
Now batting,
Luis
second baseman,
Urias.
Luis Urias.
Check swing, called strike.
2-2.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Swing, and this one's bounced on the ground. Bats up with it. They take the force out, and the inning is over. 2 left on. Bottom part of the order, 7-8-9, 2 up in inning number 9. It's the A's 8 and the Dodgers 2. Bottom 9. Here's the catcher, Dalton Rushing.
Catcher, Dalton Rushing.
They say you win.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Stays alive.
Well, that ball was hit pretty hard and sure had home run distance, but if you're the pitcher out there on the mound, you execute it. Just a long strike. You go after him and finish him off.
And misses inside. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. And the leadoff man aboard.
Now batting, center fielder, James Outman.
And up next for Los Angeles, James Outman. Fouled off left side.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 1 out, bottom of the 9th.
Now batting, second
Now it's
baseman,
the second baseman, Ha-Seong Kim. And now 2-1.
This guy absolutely flies. The defense wants to turn 2, but they've got to get a ball they can do it with. Make sure you get the first out before you try to rush and get 2 and end up with nothing.
In the air, left side, Soderstrom. As this one sized up, 2 down.
Up next for the Dodgers, designated hitter, Shohei
So it's their last chance in this one.
Ohtani.
Shohei Ohtani steps to the plate for the Dodgers. rushing off of first with 2 away. Next pitch is outside.
2 balls, 1 strike.
That one ripped right center field, way back there. Forget it. His second homer this series. It's 8-4. They needed that one, Singy.
Indeed they did. They've been fighting to get back into this game, and just like that, they're back in it. With a low 90s fastball, you have to live on the edges and hit your spots. If you don't, you'll get hit hard. Really good swing there. Patient, waited for it. It was like BP all over again.
Base is empty with 2 away. Here's Mookie Betts.
2-1.
That one outside, and that's ball 2. Base is empty, 2 away, but 2 runs are in here in the last half of inning number 9. This one smoked on its way out of here. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. He's done it again. His second homer of the game. And they cut into the lead. It's 8-5. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I could feel that swing from the booth. Back-to-back homers, always a special feeling at the ballpark, especially if it's your team that does it and those guys get to slap hands at home plate. This is the kind of thing that can really fire up a ball club.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. J.P. Sears is done. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute. So they turn to their closer, Mason Miller.
Now pitching for
And we
the
all know
Athletics.
about his slider. It's just
Number
filthy,
19.
man. And one of the better ones in the
Mason
game,
Miller.
I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
And here's Freddie Freeman. Fouls one off. 2-2. The Dodgers down to their final strike. And that's in the dirt.
Well, triple digits on the gun. I know there are more pitchers that can reach that now than in the past, but it's still impressive to watch.
And a swing and a miss, and that is the ball game.
Well, I'd say we got treated to a good one. Gotta love a game when you get 13 runs on the board. A lot of offense, but it doesn't end in a blowout. Tons of really good at-bats to look back on in this one.
And this one ends with the score 8-5. The A's are victorious. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Sciambi. Thanks for joining us.